Today is February 8th, 2023. I'm going to upload that other video to find out the guy that tried to kidnap me has been in Maslin the whole time trying to grab more people. Where the hell is the law? I'm sorry. Where's it been? He's been cited several times trying to grab children. Where I was almost kidnapped in front of Terry. Told you she'd walk me out. Van pulls up, side door goes open. I got her, hood up over his head, tall white man, black hair. He bolts at me and not her. I already had the doors open, boxes in my hands. Go back in the building, I throw it in, I turn back, I look, I turn back, and I look, and I throw it in, I run around, jump, and hit the back of my car. I'm busy running, and it's sitting underneath this top light, okay? That's where I'm running, I'm turning my head. I thought it was like the lightest gray or whatever, because it's a reflection at midnight. But she's like, Karen, it actually was a white van. I was talking to my house manager, Marlisa. She, her niece got taken in Maslin daylight. They grabbed her. They said there was drug traders in this area, and they're grabbing people. They're human trafficking. Her niece got taken in daylight, didn't get them back. These babies aren't coming back. I asked the FBI and the police to pull my case with these being drug dealers, drug traders, or whatever you want to call them, from Florida. They would have priors, okay? They have videos of them hurting me in a legally bugged house September 27th, 18. Okay? They have them hurting me. Now, if they ping their cell phone, okay, when about the time these girls were taken, what is my chance? Well, it was one, it's drug traders who was here at the Gentleman's Club from Florida. Maybe they can find them. And God forbid, but if they are dead, at least their families will get their bodies back and clothes and grieve. See, where people make fun of me for being human trafficked in front of them, it's like I look at people like you've lost your ever-loving minds. Where is this funny? I was at my clients on Turquoise Street. Some girls were out there and said some guy's name. Said he found out the only thing going on is they're stealing from the case. And da 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 da. It is. They embezzled all that money to pay for a drug deal. And I was so horrified. I was trying to talk to Marlisa. I told her, I said, I mentioned the police and the people that were here. I hope you don't mind, and see if it won't help with your niece. She's like, no, I don't mind at all. And then she told me about them having the earbuds. Or I told her, she's like, they were sitting there talking, there was no one around. And like they were talking to themselves. I said, well, they got earbuds. I said, they were some of the people that were stalking me for my ex-husband. And Walmart 62, and she said, Karen, they're trying to trick kids to go outside, that their moms want them, and it's not their moms, and they're following kids in Maslin Walmart. So the people that were in Walmart 62, they're now in Maslin Walmart trying to grab kids and try to lure them outside. They're human trafficking children. They tried my district manager. She's way up in her 30s. Some of those big truck guys that were following me and harassing me, they're down there. And one of them actually followed her into a tanning salon, saying stuff. She had to get away from him. Said around Maslin Walmart area, her husband don't even want her to go out by herself. That used to be the safest place. You know, we didn't have kidnappings around here until those drug traders came here. We didn't have. And who brought them? That agent that called me back. He was the one in debt to him. He's the one in debt to him. He's the one in debt to him. And they came up here to collect from him. And we're all suffering because of him. Because of him. Because of him. He's nothing but a thief. And a whole lot. He, like that one guy that I went out to eat with. He said, you told me what happened to you. Because I tell everybody. Because if you're going to sit down and eat with me, somebody back could show up. He said, I know somebody who deals drugs. He said, I went to him. He said, they said that you didn't realize that agent owed those drug dealers money. And they were willing to hurt you in front of people till they got the money out of him. And then you said that they stole $300,000 from your case. I said, yes. He said they said the sweet spot's between $100,000 and $300,000. I didn't tell him they sold a login to the case. And that they made millions where they showed up in beat up cars. They left in Hummers, Vats, and $80,000 trucks. He embezzled over $300,000 from my case because I'm supposed to get $5,000 a month living expenses, medical card. Only thing I got was police surveillance at home. He opened that case to steal from the facts. People make fun of me because he was in debt to gay prostitutes from a gentleman club in Florida and drug dealers, and he brought these people to our area because he owed them money, and they came to get it out of him. Yeah, and I told you I was up at Jack's Casino, and some large African American guy with a big gray shirt. That's the one that church tried to have killed. No, it's not funny why these people helped out. Karen's Wills run around telling everybody you taped her before. I never talked to him till I talked to him on the phone. He bullied me into a false statement under a threat of arrest, and he knew they had been drugging me up because his daughter was dating my husband, and he was part of those drug dealers. And then screaming at me till I say whatever he wanted. That is badgering, and it's tampering with a witness, and it's 20-year sentence. They can't even insinuate you're lying. It's obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence. You go to jail for that. And then made me plead for my life, list me informant with all the products that go with it, the $5,000 a month, diplomatic immunity, But you tell someone else crazy, no one can help me. He can't put a gag order on me. He's not a sitting judge, and he's not a psychiatrist. He was just theoretically trying to bully me, and people took him reality. And he actually opened the case to steal from the gut fats. The people worship this guy like he's an occult god. And whatever he says is golden. It's sick. And then they were saying if they had someone take care of this. And then they start shooting up Florida. And they said it might be drug related back to Ohio disputes. I had already told the police and the FBI. I heard that. You want to play that? I did. My phone's tapped. One officer has to listen to me every day for being in protected custody. My phone's tapped. They already heard, and these people sold the login. That's how on February 2nd, 22, of admitting to drug and tell me to say stuff before people ran in buildings. Yeah. Form it. So where I went out to eat with that guy, and he said, you didn't realize that agent owed those drug dealers money, and they were willing to hurt you in front of people. This is another guy. And until they got the money back, and then the $300,000 being a drug shipment. Okay? And he said, there's people that wanted it. And he said something. I'm like, whoa, I don't believe in violence. I believe in jails. But I don't believe in violence. And I was too afraid to answer any kind of text that I had told, too. There's new men here. And then I'm afraid that they're with him. And then that horrible comment he made last night again. And, it's something. Will did this to me, that agent. And I tried to protect him by telling him that they were threatening his life. Because I don't believe in killing people. I find it repulsive. I do believe in jails. And I told him, I said, don't tell this guy. There's new guys that showed up and been following me. I don't know who they are. And then last night when I was talking to that guy, he's like, no, he already drilled me until I was stuttering. Stuttering. Cried for like 2 to 3 days. Knowing I've been tortured, he said, I know of 100 men already that would like to rape you. And one time I ran off. Don't act like you didn't know they want you. Knowing I've been tortured. Oh my God. I want to release that. I've told the police, I've told the FBI the threats on that agent's life. I don't even know him. He was mean to me on the phone. He listed me an informant. I called him. I Googled to make sure he was real. Where he said he was, I found him in the office in the Stark County FBI task force. And when they put a threat on Dixie the baby's life, and they yelled out, well, he's got a list I'm working on. See? I don't know him. I didn't talk to him anymore. Only the one time when he after the hotline, he called me back and he was so cruel. Then to find out my husband was dating his kid. It's been him doing it the whole time. Running this big scam. He's not funny. Children are being taken, and they're being sold in human trafficking. I don't think he needs to be stopped. The government needs to stop him. They should have stopped him before he got to me with badgering people and obstruction of justice. They should have found out he had trouble with prostitutes and drug dealers. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.